Hey guys, I hope you're having an awesome day. So hey, I wanted to pop on today because I wanted to share just a little bit more about yoga. Now, yoga is more than just the, the poses, the asanas that we, are very familiar with. There's actually 8 limbs of yoga. And so that's what I'm going to share a little bit more about with you today, just so that you can kind of have an understanding of that yoga isn't just the poses. There is so much more. So the very first kind of limb, I guess you would say, is called yama. And the yama limb is dealing with kind of your social ethics. So, kindness, truthfulness, as well as non-stealing. And what that means is like not only about stealing, but not stealing from other people in the sense of, if someone is excited about something and they're, maybe they share a great thing about their kid. I'm just going to use that because I got kids and it's easy to use. And then we go and say, oh yeah, but my kid does. We're all guilty of that, right? So that's stealing their joy from them to make it about you. And so that's one of the things that I think we all could use help with. I know myself, it's definitely a continued practice. And then as well, moderation. So moderation in so many different areas of our life, and just being okay. You can even take it into the minimalistic kind of lifestyle and just living a modest life. And then generosity. So we know that we should always be kind and generous to society. And so that is the yamas. The niyamas is the second limb, and that's more of a personal aspect of yoga. And so for that, it is going to look like, purity, contentment. So being happy with yourself, because we know that does come from within. That's the only place that it can happen. And then as well as self-study, and then surrender. So surrender could mean a few different things. It could be surrendering to your God or to faith, or whatever that might look like for you. And it is about just kind of letting go and allowing. I'm just going to leave it at that. All right, then the third limb is the asana. So that's the poses, that's the movement. And believe it or not, actually yoga and the movement aspect, so the practice that we do on the mat, actually helps to prepare our body. So it gives a mind-body connection and actually prepares us for meditation. So that is often why, sorry, the wind is crazy here today. That is often why meditation is at the end of the yoga practice, because all of those poses prepare us for that end practice. The fourth limb is called pranayama, which is just mindful breathing. So being aware of the breath. Now, I don't know if you know this, of course our subconscious breathes for us. We don't even have to think about it, right? Our bodies are so amazing. But being very mindful of your breath is a completely different practice. And it is believed that, or it's said, or one of the studies that I have been, or actually not studies, one of the practices that I have done is to be aware of, sitting for 100 conscious breaths. And in our yoga practice, so the ones that we actually move, the asanas, we typically are doing that because we're very aware of our breath. The average person only uses, I think it's like 10 to 25% of your lung capacity. And so when you are doing mindful breathing, you're using your full lung capacity most times, or at least taking it up to 75 to 90% of use. So mindful breathing is so key to our health. And it will actually help to allow us to go into the fifth limb, which is, sorry, I need my notes because these words are in Sanskrit and I literally need to know them. So that's pratyahara, which is turning inward. And so sometimes you'll actually hear in a yoga class that they're telling you to look within. And sometimes that's maybe hard, maybe you're not sure what that means. And so this is just something they all build on one another. And turning inwards, just allowing yourself to focus, noticing how your body's feeling, maybe how your mind is working for you that day and things like that. The sixth limb is dharana, which is concentration. So just allowing us to be focused as well as, just being at attention. And so a lot of times, like how many of us multitask, right? So what this actually helps to is to be aware, to be in your full presence, to be there, to just simply be where you are in that moment and not worrying about where you need to be, being concentrated on maybe the task that you're doing, or even your yoga practice, being fully focused on that and not worrying about what your to-do list is, right? We're in such a busy society, so this is something that can definitely be super beneficial. And then the seventh, I can't do that many fingers when I'm holding my notes here, is to deconcentrate. Now you're kind of like, well, you just told us to concentrate. All right, yeah, let's deconcentrate. Let's let that go. Let's give it to the universe, to God, to whoever it is that you might choose to believe in. But just honestly allowing those efforts and just letting go. All right, so I know that's hard for some of us, myself included, and it's a practice that you really have to just kind of sometimes let things be. You're not in control in anything in your life other than you. That's the only thing that you can control. And so it is something that definitely takes practice, right? And then the eighth limb is pure bliss, or samdhi, which is basically what we're wanting is oneness, wholeness, completeness, contentment, complete contentment. And it is just to live in that constant harmony, to be happy all the time and to feel good and to feel that joy and to be at an ultimate high vibration. So there we have it. Those are the 8, and all of those kind of play and lay on top of each other in order to hit samdhi. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit more about this. If it is something that you have any questions about, you guys comment below and I'd be more than happy to help you. It is a practice, and it is something that, no one is perfect, but it is something that we can work at each and every day to experience true yoga.